Welcome to No, I'm Not the Nanny podcast. I'm Fallon.
And I'm Winnie.
And why are you looking at me? Look at the people.
I'm Winnie.
I'm leaving it in. And we are queer black moms raising white kids. And we're going to talk about everything that people don't talk about. Race and culture and microaggressions and all the other stuff going on in the world today.
Yes, and I'm going to comment. I'm ready. I have comments.
Okay, so transracial adoption. We're going to start there since, that's where this whole thing came about. And we've been talking about doing this for a long time, but now we're in a good place to do it. And did you know that transracial adoption, though, is common, right? Like 25 to 40% of adoptions are transracial adoptions. However, transracial adoptions with black parents and white children, only 2%.
2%? Like the milk. We just 2%.
2%.
But 2% of the population. I know we're odd when people see us.
Very odd.
Two black
Well, we don't feel odd, but...
No, I said when people see us,
this odd.
They probably see... they probably think, they're the nannies.
Well, yeah, we get that sometimes. Especially if we're by ourselves.
Yeah, especially if I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll get people, checking to see if I'm doing it right. And I don't know who they're going to report to, but... So
or then they get really shocked, or their look changes on their face when they hear the girls call us mom or mommy, or say mommy or mama or whatever. Because I'm mommy and she's mama. But you can see their face change because they assumed that we were the nanny or the help or something like that.
Right. Well, 2%. That makes sense. We're an anomaly.
Tell me what the difference is for you parenting in another country versus the U.S. and how you feel like people react to that.
Parenting white children in the U.S. as a black woman is interesting because you still have the stares, right? Mm-hmm. But I think in America, the stares are sometimes different, right? The stares sometimes can mean, what are you doing with them white kids?
Mm-hmm.
Or those stares can mean, what's going on there? People are just naturally curious. And I think the same thing here, too. I don't think that there's a lot of racial undertone here in another country. That we have in America. Most of the time in America, if someone's kind of sneering at you and looking at you and your kids, it's because they're trying to figure out, not only how did that happen, but why and all of that. Where here, people may have the same thoughts, but it's more, what a beautiful family, you're an interesting family. Along those lines. So I think the motive or the mindset is just a little bit different. What do you think?
I think that's about the same. I agree with that. I feel like it's the same. I feel like there's a little bit more hate in the States. Mm-hmm. Like you can see the disapproval almost on people's face.
Yeah.
Or the disdain or even pure disgust for some people on their face when they know that there are kids. Here, it's more of I'm intrigued, I'm interested. Like we've had people that stare and then we catch them staring and then they start laughing. They're like, I can't help it. Yeah. I'm staring because it's just beautiful, but it's so different.
Yeah, we've actually had people say to us, when we're waiting at a restaurant, people will forget that they have a buzzer in their hand and it's buzzing and they're staring at us. And we're like, yo, your buzz is going off. And then they're like, I'm sorry. Your family is so beautiful or, interesting or beautiful. So people have taken their phone out and started videoing us while we're in the grocery store. But I think here,
but not in a way of nastiness. They're so interested in the fact that we look so different. Whereas you definitely feel the difference in the States.
Yeah,
I mean, people look at you and snarl. Will look at us and snarl. How dare we have these beautiful white kids?
Right.
It's almost like, how dare we have them?
And we don't just get hate from white people.
Oh, black people too.
Black people too. It's kind of like, oh, did you seek out these children?
Why didn't you get no black kids?
Why didn't you get any black
There
ones?
weren't no black kids in that?
They had no black kids up. Of course, there's black kids in the foster care system, but it depends upon your state and where you live in. You're gonna get access to what's in your environment.
Like you said, what's in your environment? I don't think people understand how the foster care system works.
No, they don't.
I think they assume that we adopted because we're a gay couple, because they maybe think we have the means, that we went private and chose a specific. No, we went through the foster care system like anybody would. It wasn't for us about picking and choosing and having this perfect curated family where we chose what our kids look like. That was not.
No,
we just.
I wanted a 5-year-old boy named Lucas. I mean.
And I wanted babies.
She wanted babies. I wanted a 5-year-old named Lucas.
But what we got was twin girls. So, but we had no idea what they looked like or what they were or anything. We just showed up at the hospital ready.
Yeah, they call you when you become a foster parent. You sign up in the foster care system, and you go through all of that process, security clearance, all of that. When you're ready for the placement of children and your home is ready, they call you for whatever.
For whatever.
And for how many of them?
Yeah.
We've gotten phone calls for 2 sets of twins after we got the twins. So had we said yes to that, we would have 3 sets of twins. So, they call you and they keep calling you. They keep calling you, asking you if you want more children because there's so many children, unfortunately, in the foster care system in the United States. Yeah. So a lot of people don't seem to understand how that happens because sometimes in other countries, they don't have, the foster care system doesn't really exist. Children here go into the system and then they stay. I heard it's incredibly hard to adopt. I don't think that it's impossible, but I heard it's incredibly hard to adopt.
They go into special homes. Yeah, they're taken care of by staff and that kind of thing. So kind of like an orphanage,
like a residential.
Yeah, but less of orphanage feel, more of a residential home with just kids that live there and get taken care of.
Yeah. They don't really get how all these kids can just be available to adopt.
Yeah, because it's not that many. Their orphanages are not packed.
Right. But in America, unfortunately, due to drugs, poverty, mental illness, whatever combination of all the above, a lot of kids are in the system. So that's how we ended up with 2 little white girls as our children.
So adoption, so foster care is a big issue in the United States, but not so much living abroad. So I think that's a part of us being an anomaly too, is because it's just not seen often. But I will say, you said something, I was trying to remember what it was, but I will say that the foster care system is also very difficult. And we'll probably do another podcast just about our experience, but I want to hit on the fact that it's very difficult. So it's not like some easy thing. You just sign up and then they just,
give you kids.
Now, they will, but I say if you're going in for the right reason. So I'm going to hit on an unpopular opinion, and this is just my unpopular opinion. You can hate it. I don't care. But I feel like some people go into it for the wrong reasons. And I don't feel that you should go into foster care to get a whole bunch of kids to fill your house to get a paycheck, unless this is your life's work and what you want to do is create a good environment so that good humans come out of that and can go out into the world. And maybe you don't ever legally adopt them, but you're a soft place to land for them all the time. I think if your mind is set to do that and that's your motive, then fine. But if you're just getting a whole bunch of kids in your house just to get paychecks for them, that is wrong. Because you're not going to give those kids what they need. You're just going to give them more trauma, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're doing them a disservice.
Yeah, because you can't give them the attention individual attention they need. A lot of these kids have a lot of trauma and a lot of learning disabilities or emotional needs. And if you got 10, 11, 12, and you aren't dedicated to giving them each individually what they need, don't do it. Because you're just sending re-traumatized people out there into the world. That's my take.
Pretty much.
And for us, we wanted to build our family, not just to become foster parents for a whole bunch of kids in and out. Like, we wanted to get our kids.
No, we're not running a foster home.
Right.
No.
We wanted to raise them. Like, we're not foster parents anymore. License expired.
We're not foster parents anymore. Our license is done and expired, and we will not be renewing.
No.
We do not want more children.
No, we wanted to build our family. That's what we did. And we wanted to invest in the children that God blessed us with. Like, not, let's just get as many as we can. That wasn't our goal.
No, that was never the goal.
No. And some people that is the goal. And I think that's when
for some people,
all of these stories about them sending kids back.
Yeah, you get a lot of horror stories from people that go into these foster care homes and they get re-traumatized, re-abused, just so many things that happen. And that's why really, if you're going to become a foster parent, please, do it for the right reasons. Do it for the right reasons, because these kids, they need you.
Another point about transracial adoption that we see a lot is this whole savior complex. Especially when you see white parents adopting Black children or children of color. I say any child, but especially with Black children.
Yes.
Too. Like, there's this savior complex, like, oh, they saved them, and oh, they rescued. It's that white savior complex, right?
Right.
And so, how is that when it's flipped, when it's Black parents and white children?
I don't know. I automatically assume that people think that because we're gay, that we selected these children. Because obviously we cannot have children on our own. And so I don't think that it's looked at as, oh, we saved them. I think it's looked at as, oh, they preferred that skin tone for their children so that their life could be easier.
That's interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's what I think people think.
That's interesting.
Especially when they look at you and they're kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
But when someone's like generally nice and they just, oh, your family, that's different. But when I get that certain type of look, I already know. Like, you think that I specifically chose Caucasian children.
So we don't get assumed that we saved them.
Nah.
And listen.
Nah, I don't think so.
And let me put this out there.
At least I don't think so.
We don't think we saved our kids. We think our kids, we were blessed with our kids.
Yeah.
We don't think we saved them. We were blessed with them. We did not create our job. We love them like we birthed them. And we're going to do everything we can to give them the best life ever. And so that we don't feel like we saved them in any way. We feel like they were a blessing to us. Yeah. That's not how we view. So when people come at us like, oh, they're so lucky. No, we're the lucky ones because they're excellent human beings.
They're great kids.
They're great kids. But I digress. Yes, that's interesting. We don't get that savior complex. We get more of, oh, you chose that so that your life would be easier. And I guess they feel like because we have white kids, like our life is easier. So I don't know.
Right.
But
which I don't know where.
I don't
know how that would make life easier. Kids are kids.
Kids are kids. Ooh, and motherhood is motherhood, honey.
That's a whole nother
regardless.
Right. So, I don't think that. Now, I could be wrong. It could be people that, look and say, oh, wow, I wonder what happened in that situation. You know what I mean? And for them to, I'm sure people think all different types of things.
Right.
But when you do see a white couple with black children, people automatically think they saved them from hardship or trouble or, you know, a life of just, you know. But when they see black women with white children, I think it becomes, oh, that was a selection process. It was a preference.
A selection process.
You know, and it's not. It's not. You literally get what the system gives you. So,
right.
That's just how it works.
Right. And you take it on or you don't. And
yes, you can say yes or you can say no.
And we were waiting and we were ready for whatever. We'll talk about our whole story, which we feel like it was just all meant to be. But we'll talk about our whole story as we go along. But we felt we were meant to have them. It was meant to be in a lot of different ways in the way it was put together.
Yeah.
But you know, it wasn't like, let's go through this book and let's choose what we want. No.
Yeah, it's not like a police lineup.
Private adoption.
Yeah, where you go, you know, line them up and you just swipe through and pick whatever one you want. No.
Right.
In essence, God gives you your kids.
Right. That's it.
You want kids? Go into the system and you pray that you get some kids, and whatever you get, you love. That's it. That's really what it is.
That's really
what it is. It's not like, you know, you get, you know, you're swiping through all these kids and it's like, oh, I want that one. You get what's offered to you at the time, and at the time you say yes or you say no to that offer. And that's how foster care works. The system works in America.
Yeah. And it's a real interesting process.
It's a flawed system.
It's a very flawed system.
But thankfully the children of America have something.
Yeah. And not only are we black gay moms, but we're also older moms. I mean, you might can't tell, but no black, no crack. But
I know I still look good.
Right. So. Black, no crack, but we're in our 40s. Well, I was 37 when we got the girls, and you were, what, 6 years ago?
42.
42? I
think 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how has that been?
I totally understand why people have kids when they're younger. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm definitely at an age right now where I want to be slowing down a little bit. Like, you know, maybe visiting them at college or something like that. But nah, they're 6. Okay, they're 6. So it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Has its pros and it has its cons. The pros are, I would say I feel more settled in my life. Most people as they age, they get more settled in their life. And so you kind of know more about who you are, what you want, and you've chased those ambitions and those dreams already. You've had to, you know, change some stuff around. But it's okay. But what we were saying about being older parents, I think that I do feel a lot more settled, but not meaning settled like, because I dabble and dabble on a lot of stuff. So it's not so much settled like I'm content and I'm just sitting back in a rocking chair, but more like I'm older, so like some stuff is just don't sweat the small stuff type of thing. And then also like, okay, just because, which I've had to work on, like just because you were yelled at as a kid and like that's the way your parents parent, or just because you got in trouble or spanking for everything doesn't mean that you carry on that with your kids. Like, what's a better way to approach this situation? I think age allows you to better care for your kids, right? Like we all want to. It should. It should. We all want to like break generational curses and be better parents than our parents were, and so forth and so on. And I do think that age does play a part in that for some folks, right? Like, because you're older, you know better. You know what I mean? You may have more patience, more understanding, give more leeway. You know, when you're younger, you just trying to get everything done. You're trying to finish up school. You're trying to make ends meet, and then you got this little kid tugging on you. Right. And so I bet you. Hats off to all y'all single parents. Yeah, hats off to all the single parents. Much respect. Much respect to you. But I think if I would have had these kids younger, it probably would have been good. It wouldn't have been good. They wouldn't have had much discipline. Yeah. Yeah. But as an older parent, you're like, oh, no. Okay, no, this is what we're gonna do. This is why we stop. Let's explain this to you. Let's explain this. You have more patience, I think. Or asking them like something that my parents would have never done. It's like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And so we do a lot of like, why did you do that? Like, what were you thinking when you did that, or were you not thinking? Right. Like, and we ask a lot of questions like that to them. Like, why would you do that? Do you think that that's right? Would you want for somebody to do that to you? Yeah, I think you have like an opportunity to be more like understanding and more reflective of like what they need and understand a little bit. Okay, well, let me go deeper than them just being upset. And I think for younger moms who are still trying to figure out life and everything, you may not have that luxury. Yeah. You may not. Now, some younger moms are very, very mature. Yes. Some older moms are very, very immature. Okay? And so it's never all the same, but I think for the most part, when you have children when you're young, when you're older, it probably is for the best. Yeah. I think I like it. I think if I'd have had children younger, then I probably may have had a little bit more regrets with them. Yeah. Yeah. But who knows? And they're still might have regrets. And they are motivating too for you to take care of yourself, because you realize like, okay, these are my kids, and like I'm an older parent, and so I want to take care of myself, or try to as much as possible. Like, start really going to your doctor's appointments, taking care of your, health, excuse me, getting things checked out, getting your routine stuff that you might overlook if you were still single and married and just doing your own thing. Whereas it makes you go, okay, let me make sure that everything's good and copacetic, because I'm what they got. Like, now the youth, on the other hand, they have the advantage of being able to, really, which I'm not that old, but when you're in your 20s, and in your early 30s, running around with your children is a whole different experience than when you're in your late 40s, or early 50s. And so there's a physicality, there's a physical difference. But if you're taking care of yourself, then it really shouldn't be that much of a difference. But, for us older folks, I know for me, well, that's a kind of a common to have that energy that I had when I was younger. I would love to have the energy part. But that's also because as well, we're going through, you hit your late 30s, you start going through perimenopause. So nobody want to talk about it, but listen, that's the whole, like my sister like to say, get ahead of it. Get ahead of it, because basically, like, we're in the throes of that. I've probably been in it longer, but milder, and she's been in it shorter and more harder, and wild and harder. And so that phase is different, because you just start changing, and things start changing. Your energy changes, your mental fog changes. I have never been somebody who had mental fog, but I have it now. Like, whoa. Like, I have to get up and clean up my office and area, because like my mind, I can't think. And so this is like what you have to do to, like, okay, what can I do to make sure that I'm on top of my game? Because this stuff will take you for a loop. Yeah, you have to have a lot of energy for kids. Yeah. Period. They want to do stuff. They want to go places. They want, they just have tons of energy. They want you to pick them up, put them down. But, so you just have to, keep that in mind as an older mom, that, you still got to move. You still got to hustle. Yeah. So those are the pros and cons, I think. Mindset, physicality. But I think if you hear all those things, those are the same things that any mom talks about. So you see motherhood, whether it's a transracial adoption, whether it's we have white kids or not, or black, it doesn't matter. Motherhood is motherhood. It doesn't matter. So that's one of the things that I think you think that's going to be totally different. No, we go through the same struggles that most people go through. And even as a same-sex couple, we go through the same stuff that all married couples go through. Like, you go through all these phases, and you're raising kids together, and you're learning a new rhythm, and all that stuff. For like, we're no different. I don't think. I think we have some advantages. I personally think that having two moms is an advantage. I think that
we can both take on the role that needs to be taken on at any time. We're not in a situation, some people unfortunately are in situations where they're single parents, but they're married. Like their husband does nothing. They don't help with kids. They probably don't even know the kid's birthday. Like they don't, she plans everything and works and no, that's not us. Yeah. It's a shared load on everything. Like we got to take care of these kids. We got 2 of them. Oh. So it's flip flop. I mean, we definitely have certain things that we do. Like I cook more because I love to do it, but like she does all the outdoor stuff because she loves to do that stuff. But it's not that I can't do it or she can't do the cooking. We can swap off if we needed to. Yeah. You know? Yeah, we should talk about that too. When we first moved down here, I got a lot of questions from people in the community about how can I say this? Just say it. Having opposites in the house. Mm-hmm. So here, it wasn't so much about being gay. It was about who does the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang. Uh-huh. The female and the male spirit. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. And I think after a while, people hang around us and they get a chance to see we're 2 very different people. And so it's just interesting, I feel, same-sex relationships and the family unit and that need for difference or opposites or difference. I just found that really, really interesting how it was very hard for them to see. It was hard for them where's the difference? To see if there's 2 women, then when are they going to get that masculine energy from? Mm-hmm. You know? And I think over time, people see, oh wow, the energy is very different, and they are getting 2 different views of polar opposites of people in a lot of ways. And so it's just very, very interesting. And then once they get to know us, and people are close to us now, our friends, like they're very protective of our family. Oh yeah, I think here. I don't think we had a lot of interesting experiences when we first came. I mean, I feel like this video's all over the place. When we first came, no, it can be whatever we want. Someone was like, what do you call that when they're like infatuated with our kids? Oh yes. So when we first moved here, we had a problem with someone being like super, super infatuated with our kids. Mm-hmm. But in a strange way. In a really, really, really strange way. Mm-hmm. So when we first moved here, we were told that people are caring and that they would pick your children up and that they would kiss them and love them. And which is very true. Which is very true. Which I love. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that. And so because we were new to the environment and we didn't know, we let that go. Mm-hmm. Not knowing that this was an unhealthy relationship. Mm-hmm. And so you just have to kind of be careful with and that's anywhere. Things like that. That's anywhere. That's anywhere. Yeah, in the world. No, but we were caught off guard with it here because overall it was a different way, but this started to be too much. And granted, that person had some mental health issues and also I think had some issues with her own children, which may have caused that. But that's my take on it. But I think that because I think her and her kids were too. I think her and her son were too close. No, I think there was an unhealthy dynamic. I think she was separated from her children, and she couldn't have them. And so, the girls. Well, not her son though. And I think seeing the girls, triggered that because she couldn't be with her daughter. Yeah, yes. So I think that triggered that wanting and that yes, wanting her child to be super near. But in general, very, very wonderful for your kids. They really love your kids. They love your kids like they're your own, honestly. Child. And we expected that, right? Because these kids are spoiled. We learned that. We learned that when people come, they just want to. And I'm talking about mine. our kids are spoiled.
It's spoiled.
They are overly loved here. Like people say, oh well, it's just you and you moved away from your families and you're this and that. We'll get on a whole nother subject about a whole nother video about that. But we could have never had the village that we have here. Could we have had in the States? It never would have happened. Everybody was too sprawled out, number one. Number two, everybody didn't have the same energy of creating the village that we needed or wanted to create. Whereas the people here that are our village, when we say they're our village, they are our village. Like we roll deep with them. Like they show up.
That's like a whole nother topic.
They show up. When you need them to show up, they show up.
Yes.
And
really appreciate
they love our kids and they're very protective of our family.
Yeah.
Let somebody come at us sideways. Yeah. They're not gonna have it. Like they don't
really love them.
Yeah.
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 It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a whole different topic. Talking
it's
about
a whole
the
different
love
topic.
That and the family that we've created here. With non-blood relatives.
I mean, real family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been
really, really eye-opening and interesting.
And a blessing. To have people love our kids the way they do. Like our kids feel so loved. There was this one situation where we threw the girls' birthday party. It's their last birthday party. And like I could not help it. I just like lost it in tears because
you got very emotional about that because you really felt like the people that we invited to the birthday party put their heart into making it the best party for our kids.
The best
like
experience.
What was important to us was also important to them. And I just don't think that we would have been able to find that in the United States.
Yeah, it was
maybe, but
it would be hard to come by.
It probably would have been really, really hard to come by.
Yeah. And not that we don't have people we're close to, but even that closeness wouldn't have, I don't feel like would have shown up the way these people have shown up. Like that, and they always show up like when we're and we show up for them too, and we're close. But that moment and how loved my kids felt, and how you could see it on their faces, and you could feel that they felt full on the inside, if that makes sense. Like you could see that the girls felt full on the inside because all this love was around them, and it wasn't even that the whole weekend was surrounding them, or that even have like, or that we overdid it, or we didn't even have like there. Gifts. We didn't give any presents. There wasn't even any gifts. All we did was like a cake and singing, but just the love that was around them the whole weekend of spending time with everybody and watching movies and having sleepovers in the room and doing all that. Like they were so full in that moment when they surprised me that I lost it.
Can't not give out.
I completely
give out a shout out to Fabby.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Fabby.
Fabby is the absolute best.
We love you.
Her and her family.
We love you. We love you so much.
Oh my gosh.
It's just been a blessing.
Mitty and Juan and Marie and Liam. Yeah. Mitty, all of them.
Juan.
And their kids. Like
it's been so nice just being welcomed. It's been an interesting experience, and
yeah, it's been great. It's
just been good.
But we're gonna talk more about that. That's what our podcast is about. It's about our life and a peek into our life, and we will not share our kids' names. You may see them every so often in the cuts, but you won't see their faces. We agree in protecting them in any way possible, and the internet can be crazy.
Yeah, you probably see like the back of their head.
Yeah, you'll see them doing stuff, but not their faces or their names or anything, just because like I believe in keeping your kids private. They don't choose to be on social media or anything like that. So when they have a choice, then and they choose to, then we can do that. But anyway, we will see you on the next one. And peace out.
Those. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to No, I'm Not the Nanny podcast. I am
No, I'm not the nanny.